Good evening, everybody. So here is our second installment of Music Theory Monday. And we're talking today about blocked chords and triads. So a chord is three or more notes that are played at the same time. And you can have as many notes as you can play that are three or more notes, like this. Or better yet, this. There, you can see that better. That is called a C chord. And notice I'm playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes. Woo-hoo. So that is a chord. And it's called a blocked chord because all of the notes are played at the same time. But we're going to concentrate today on a certain portion of a chord called a triad, which is the three actual notes of a specific chord. Okay, so that again is called a triad. T-R-I-A-D, triad. Okay, so the bottom note of the triad is called the root, and its letter name is the same note of the chord. So I'm going to play a C triad. So here is the root, the bottom note of the chord, C. Then we're going to stack it in thirds, okay? So C, then a third up from C is the E, and then a third up from the E is the G, okay? So C, E, G. And this is what we call a triad in root position because, again, the root is on the bottom, and then it is stacked in thirds. So C to E is a third, to G is a third, okay? So that is a C triad in root position. Okay, now you can also think of this in another way too. So we can look at it as a C, again, as the root. And instead of putting the third in the middle right away, we can actually go up a fifth and play. The fifth up from C to G is a fifth, the interval of a fifth. And then we can insert the third right there. Okay? Still the same exact chord right there. All right? So now that you know about how a chord is built, we're also going to talk about the root of the chord. So the root of the chord is also called, again, the tonic note. Remember that word from last week? And the tonic note is actually the first note of any given five-finger position. So if we were to play the tonic chord in the C five-finger position, that is what we call the C chord. Because here's your C five-finger position. And now here's your C chord with C on the bottom against your root, your tonic note. That's your one chord or your tonic chord. Okay? Now let's go to another position. Let's go to the G position. Here's the G position. Okay, now here is your G chord. Remember, the G chord now in the G position is called the tonic chord. And again, your tonic note in this case will be G. So here is your G chord. Okay, we have it all stacked in thirds. So G to B is your first third, and then B to D is the second third. Okay, so that is the G chord being the tonic chord in the G position. Now let's take a look at another position. Let's go to the D position. And the D position for now is like this. chord in the D position is the tonic chord. And here it is. D to F is your third, then F to A is your second third. So again, the D chord in the D position is the tonic chord. Let's do one more. The A position. Okay, so there's the A position. Your tonic chord in the A position is going to be the A chord. Okay, so there it is. All right. Now, you'll probably notice that the A chord and the D chord sound a little bit different than the C chord and the G chord. And that's because the A chord in this case and the D chord are actually minor chords. We'll talk about that in a few lessons down the road, okay? All right, so again, your tonic note is the first note of a 5-finger position. Your tonic chord is the same letter name of that note that is the first note in that 5-finger position, but instead you're going to be playing a regular triad or 3-note chord. Thank you very much, everybody, and I'm going to have questions for you on this video next lesson, so hopefully you will have listened and you're prepared. Thank you.